Welcome to my video on simplify radicals with algebraic expressions. Instead of numbers, we just have variables inside the root. Assuming all variables are positive, there's another little something to do if the variables are negative, so we have to do the absolute value, but I'm not worried about that right now. Square root radicals, simplify each. The square root of x squared is just x, because its square root is 2. The square root of x to the 6th is x cubed. If you think about it, x to the 6th is x cubed times x cubed. So square root, for every 2 of them you take 1. Another way, that's understood to be that the square root is 2. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. Square root is a 2, not written in, so 2 divided by 2 is 1. The square root is a 2, understood. So the square root of a squared is a. Square root of b to the 10 is b5. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Now the square root of 7 is 2. 7 divided by 2 is 3. So that's, if you think about it, that's x to the 6th times x. So 2 into 6 goes 3, but there's 1 left over, so you can't remove it. The square root of x to the 9, so 9 divided by 2 is 4, and there's 1 left inside. 2 into 18 goes 9, and there's none left over. So notice square root, you divide by 2, and if there's any left, then there's 1. It's going to be perfect, even number, or odd. There's always 1 left. Practice, simplify each. The square root of 8 is a 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Square root is a 2. 11 divided by 2 is 5, and there's 1 left over. So it's the square root of c. And the square root, again, is a 2. 13 divided by 2 is 6. And there's 1 left over. 5 divided by 2 is 2. And there's 1 left over. And square root again of x to the 14. So 14 divided by 2 is 7. In other words, x to the 7 times x to the 7, there's 2 of them, you take 1. Or 14 divided by 2 is 7. 3 divided by 2 is 1, and there's 1 left over. 2 divided by 2 is perfect, just get 1, none left. So square root, you divide by 2. Cube roots, which we're going to do next, we divide by 3 because you need 3 of them. So the cube root of x, 3 divided by 3 is 1. Remember, the cube root of x cubed is x times x times x is x cubed. There's 3 of them, so you just take 1. And cube root, you divide by 3. So 15 divided by 3 is 5. And again, that's a to the 5 times a to the 5. When you multiply these, you add your exponents to get 15. But there's 3 of them, so we take 1. Or 15 divided by 3 is 5. The cube root of d to the 6th, 6 divided by 3 is 2. 8 divided by 3 is 2. And there's some left over, and there's 2 of them. Not too hard if you think about it. Cube root, you need 3 of them. So you divide your exponents by 3, and what's left over you keep inside. Cube root of b to the 11. 11 divided by 3 is 3. And there's 2 left over. 7 divided by 3 is 2. And there's 1 left over. And practice. Simplify each. The cube root of y to the 6th is y squared. 6 divided by 3 is 2. And we're doing the cube root again. So 4 divided by 3 is 1, and there's 1 left over. 12 divided by 3 is 4, and there's none left over. Cube root again. 7 divided by 3 is 2, and there's 1 left over. 17 divided by 3 is 5, and there's 2 left over. So hopefully you can see the pattern that I'm trying to establish here. And we have other radicals. So we've got square roots, we've got cube roots. Why not fourth roots, fifth roots, etc.? So same idea. The fourth root of x to the 4. So fourth root, you need 4 of them. So you have an x times an x times an x times an x. There's 4 x's, so you take 1 of them. So that's the same as taking 4 and divided by 4 to get 1. And the fifth root of a to the 10 is 10 divided by 5 is 2. So if you think about it, fifth root is a to the 5 times a, a squared times a squared times a squared times a squared times a squared. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And there's 5 of them there, so we take 1 of them. So it's easier to take the 10 and divide it by 5. So there's a squared. So a squared multiplied by itself 5 times will give you a to the 10. Sixth root. 30 divided by 6 is 5. And 5 divided by 6, we can't do it, so we just say sixth root of w to the 5. Fourth root. 5 divided by 4 is 1, and there's 1 left in. 7 divided by 4 is 1, and there's 3 left in. E, fifth root. Okay, let's see. 9 divided by 5 is 1, and there's 4 left over. 5 divided by 5 is 1, none left over. 11 divided by 5 is 2, and there's 1 left over. 18 divided by 5 is 3, and there's 3 left over. And F, seventh root. So we're looking dividing by 7. So we have 9 divided by 7 is 1, and there's 2 left over. 24 divided by 7 is 3. 3 sevens are 21, so there's 3 left. 35 divided by 7 is 5 sevens are 35, so there's 5 of them, and there's none left over. So hopefully you see the pattern. And just remember that on the fourth root, when that a is out here, that means to go back in here, it has to be a to the 4th. To put that b back in here, it has to be b to the 4th. So every one of them that comes out, to put them back in, I forgot to put the 7 there. Every one of these that go back in here, you got to multiply by 7. It's the reverse. So if you put that c back in here, that's c to the 7. And 2 makes it a 9. If you put this b cubed back in here, you get 21. 7 times 3. 21 plus 3 is 24. And you got 5 out here. You multiply by 7, so that's 35 in there. And it's seeing the pattern. And we have some more to practice. Remember, don't forget to pause the video if you wish and work them out. The sixth root of a to the 6th is a squared. 12 divided by 6 is 2. Ninth root, 9 divided by 9 is 1. 27 divided by 9 is 3. In each case, there's none left. The eighth root of b to the 10. 10 divided by 8 is 1. and there's 2 left over. This could be simplified further, but I won't go into that right now because we haven't done the exponents. And we have fifth root, so 8 divided by 5 is 1, and there's 3 left over. That's an A cubed. 20 divided by 5 is 4. No B's left over. 7 divided by 5 is 1 and 2 left over. 6 divided by 5 is 1 and 1 left over. Fourth root means you need 4 of them. So 6 divided by 4 is 1 and there's 2 left over. 7 divided by 4 is 1 and there's 3 left over. 10th root, we need 10 of them. Again, we're dividing the powers by 10. So we divide by 10. 10 divided by 10 is 1, so there's e to the 1 out. None left. That's a 1, so 1 divided by 10 we can't do it. So that means the f stays. 17 divided by 10 is 1, and we get 7 left. 32 divided by 10 is 3, and there's 2 left. So you take the powers of the inside exponents, divide by the root, and what's left over, keep it inside. And that explains simplifying when we have variables on the inside that have got exponents. And if you like my video, click the like button, subscribe button, notification bell. If you're not a subscriber, you can subscribe to my channel. Visit my website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, where you will find information about me, my videos, and the content. And that's the content that I have on my YouTube channel, Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing my video. Bye-bye.